and try and have that in a database that we can easily access and get statistics from, so that
even seeding could be more proper too.
Right, so that we can judge that sort of stuff better.
But either way, we'll talk more about that later as we're going into this game, as both players opening up the salute. Maybe this was a lag thing. They're just making sure their connection's okay, and it is.
It was a good, hey, how you doing?
So now, BakY finding that neutral light, goes for that weapon toss, gets the recovery follow-up, and BakY opening up that unarmed strings already. He's got Bluebell in the deep yellow. Tosses all the weapons off stage. BakY now unarmed because he went for that combo, and picking up the hammer, goes for a neutral light, but gets hit by that downer. Bluebell looking for another side air, does not connect, jumps upwards into that neutral light. BakY going for that N-Sig follow-up, and instead gets hit by that nair from the guns. BakY being brought into the orange, almost in the kill percent here, as Bluebell is just hitting him with gun attacks left and right. BakY voiding that recovery with that downer on the lance, but he's deep into the orange, now in the red.
Yeah, I mean, the last set we watched with BakY, his opponent had a lot of trouble approaching this lance. Spirit Wolf was just running into all of his signatures, but with Bluebell, you're seeing he's playing a lot more patiently, and he's landing a lot of these gun hits that are racking up a ton of damage. It's looking good for Bluebell so far. He does get that Sair that's going to send BakY flying on the side of the map. He tries to match the height so he can get the second Sair follow-up, but he is unable to get it, and BakY is landing ground pounds here and neutral lights. The stocks are getting closer and closer. The damage is basically even.
And that bomb barely avoided getting BakY. But BakY, out of jumps, he has to dodge, avoids that ground pound, has the opportunity for a ground pound here himself, avoids out of the way of that N-Sig, and now picking up the lance, tries to go for an N-Sig himself. He's got Bluebell in kill percent here, and he gets a down Sig, sends it flying out of the recovery. Bluebell so heavily damaged on Thatch here, both players at kill percent to a lot of things, and that sidelight having an incredible amount of force, goes for the weapon toss and the recovery. It clips him, it hits him, and he kills him off the top. Bluebell picks up the sword and has the guns now.
And that was a beautifully placed recovery from Bluebell. Both players are really even though as far as damage and play goes. I mean, Bluebell is at a stock advantage right now, but BakY has been performing just as well in my opinion. He just needs to close out this stock really fast so that Bluebell is unable to rack up the extra damage.
Down Sig comes out, Bluebell gets hit by the nair, and that kills. That nair kills. Okay.
He must have had a ton of damage.
Yeah. Needless to say, Bluebell was heavily damaged on that Thatch for that nair, because that nair could, it wasn't like barely, that sent him flying. So BakY now evening it up in damage, has the neutral light, goes for the weapon toss follow up, clips him for a little bit of damage with that weapon, and now looking for more neutral lights, puts out the down lights. Bluebell lands with an air, finds a sidelight, but gets hit by the neutral light from BakY. Both players really having difficulty finding incredible strings against each other, and it's making this for a very close match. Bluebell almost in the orange here. If he gets hit by a cider from the hammer, that's going to do it. Tosses those guns upwards with that recovery, and now landing with a Sair, still yet to find any damage. Both players struggling to hit, but there's a D-Light Sair. That puts BakY into kill percent, and the cannonballs nearly hit him on the head.
I like how Bluebell chose to play very grounded right there. That put him in a good position to punish BakY's landings. That mine is very spooky, but it doesn't look like either player is going to position themselves to get thrown into it. Bluebell with a beautiful recovery. Once again, that's going to take BakY's second stock, putting him at a stock lead here. A little bit better than before. He's only in the orange.
Yeah, but on Thatch, it's one of those things where, like,
defense.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Neutral air comes out, almost in the red. If BakY hits another lance move, neutral light, down air, that will put him deep into kill percent. And recovery barely makes it back on the stage. D-Light Sair, that is a good conversion off that recovery. Second Sair hits, sidelight, BakY in the orange. That high attack coming up from Thatch. Another Sair. Bluebell throws out the cannonballs. BakY has to jump down to avoid them, and he tries to make it back on the stage. Bluebell tries to get a recovery to follow up after that, and a down signal BakY hits. He's in the red. BakY goes for the nair, but he's taking so much damage from Bluebell here, and the down stick comes out. Doesn't get the scoop. He's using those cannonballs to force BakY above him so that he can go for nair and recovery follow-ups. I love it. He's not trying to hit with the cannonballs. He's trying to set up with them. And now BakY, sending Bluebell flying, still doesn't get the KO. Has a bomb, but that's not the kind of trades. Wow, that bomb force change is just working out in Bluebell's favor here, as he's so heavily damaged again. A lance nair might be what he needs to kill, and the scoop will connect. But BakY, very close to losing his stock here.
BakY, but he's got the momentum that he needs. If he can hold on to it, he might be able to take this game from Bluebell. He's looking to space him out with some aerial attacks. Bluebell does manage to use that falling Sair to his advantage. BakY has found himself in a pretty difficult position on the side of the map. I feel like we should be playing center stage, but BakY, he's got to recover, and he's unable to.
No, he can't. He's got to dodge. He makes it back.
He does manage. Wow. But that recovery is going to kill from Bluebell. Bluebell killing with 3 recoveries. Every kill that came from Bluebell that game was a gun recovery. BakY getting brutally punished by those guns.
I really like the recovery option near the end there from BakY, though, because he knew they had none of his jumps left, and if he charged that recovery in the lance off stage, that was the easiest Sair punish Bluebell could ever have. So he went beneath the stage, recovered to the center, and dodged in with a Sair to avoid any follow-up. And that recovery was just a good read near the end. But by all means, BakY recovered.
Absolutely. And also, I was quite impressed by Bluebell. You noticed that he was able to... Bluebell was in kill percent, and he was able to use his guns to recover to the map and then take BakY from white to dark orange, basically kill percent, without taking any damage, without anything hitting.
And that was a really big deal. Now we're going to Mammoth Fortress. We don't have that shenanigans zone to recover in anymore. So if BakY's got to recover, he's got to recover to the ledge. And Bluebell opens up the salute. BakY returns it, and they both go for the weapons. And we're ready for Game 2. Winner of this is going to decide who goes on the winner's finals and secures a top 3 place. Bluebell playing with the guns now, looking for these side airs. He's fighting them. BakY tosses that hammer upwards, gets a nice recovery nair combo, and that's a lot of damage to put onto a Thatch, especially from a Scarlet, and that weapon toss will almost put him to the orange. Another nair comes out from BakY, misses, and a nair punish from Bluebell comes in into a Sair. Second Sair hits. Bluebell just keeping BakY outside of center stage and putting on the damage.
Yeah, Bluebell is really strong with these guns. One of the strongest I've seen so far in this tournament, at least.
Absolutely, Memorial is known for his gunplay. Well, Memorial, now known as Bluebell, all over EU, and that mine toss coming out puts up the end sig. BakY waiting for a weapon to spawn as he's in kill percent, but Bluebell, he gets sidelined into the mine!
No, he spot dodges Bluebell's Sair and side lights him straight into that mine. That's going to give him a stock lead and an opportunity to rack up a ton of damage. He's going to do just that.
Yeah, downsig already opening it up, putting Bluebell into the yellow, and the cannonballs are coming out here as BakY goes for the weapon toss.
Nice.
That was a very nice weapon toss. The cannonball so close as BakY was accidentally sidelighting towards where the cannonballs were going, and now Bluebell looking for that falling Sair kill. Yep. I think he got it.
I think he did too.
Oh my gosh!
That dare saved his life right there. BakY able to recover, able to hold on to the stock for just a little bit longer. He's securing this lead. He is in a bad position though. Bluebell could kill quite easily, but both players are weaponless. Bluebell with a sword in hand. BakY into his own mine. He tried to dodge through, but instead of dodging through, he dodged into it, and that was devastating.
On the bright side, Bluebell didn't get the kill credit for that, so now he's got 1 accident. So I guess BakY secures that. Yeah, right. If you're using that that death animation that gives you the 1,000 points, you're not going to be getting that. As BakY confirms his own life, puts out a down sig. Downers are coming out as well. He's already in the orange as he came back from the stock, but a weapon toss into neutral air will put a decent amount of damage onto Bluebell here. Down air comes out, tries to follow it up with a chase dodge down air, but BakY interrupts it with the weapon toss, looking for these lance strings, but BakY has barely found any strings on this lance here. Bluebell has been so well maneuvering around BakY's approaches, and he's been finding all those gun hits left and right. The match has been taking very long, even though it feels very aggressive, just because of how well Bluebell maneuvers himself around BakY's hammer and lance. And the ground pound coming out, he's trying to secure this kill. Cannonballs are coming out. BakY gets hit by another Sair. Bluebell's looking for that recovery kill, possibly, as he's just putting more Sairs out. BakY's having so much difficulty beginning the stage, so there's recovery.
Nice. Nice. He did just what you said there. You notice how he threw out 2 Sairs in a row and then switched up with a recovery. BakY thinking he was going to be able to make an opening there and got punished.
And now he's just finding some gun combos here. That Sair into neutral light finds another landing Sair.
Wow.
Oh, and the neutral light BakY just tried to jump out of the way. Another Sair. Bluebell getting the recovery. It actually interrupts because of the ledge there, and BakY finds the neutral sig, but he's in kill percent. Like, that side air hits, that's great. He dodges through that weapon toss. That dive kick actually connecting. Bluebell making it back to the stage, however, gets those guns, and another Sair connects. Cannonball is thrown out again. Ground pound confirms that Bluebell takes it 2-0 with a 2 stock.